So welcome back to another video, my friends, and in this video we will be taking a look at how we can set up React Native and Expo for our next project. So we will be building a cricket score counter app. Now as you can see on this side, I'm just showing my mobile phone. I'm just showing my Android phone right here. So this is what we are gonna build. So it's a simple cricket score counter app. So what you have is, if you play cricket and sometimes you just don't you just forget the score, or you cannot count the score. So in that case, I had this thing, so I built this, and now I'm building a tutorial. So that's a simple project. Now this is a mobile app using React Native and Expo. So what you can do is, you can click the ball icon up there, and if you click there, the ball is going to increase by 1. So as you can see, if I press that, okay, and then when you press 1, it's going to increase the runs by 1. If you press 3, it's going to increase the runs by 3, and then the balls as well. And it's also going to show how the overs, okay, and if you press 6, it just increases 6 runs, 5 and 4. So that's how it works. If you press wicket button, it's going to increase the wickets. If you press the reset button, and also you have the undo button, the undo works only once for now. I'm finding a solution for this right now, but we are gonna do it only once in this series. Okay, so undo works for only once. So I put a wicket, and now undo will not work if I even try to press it. Okay, then we have a reset button. If we press that, it's gonna reset everything. So that's how it works. And in this video, I'll be letting you know how you can set up your project on your PC and how you can run it on your physical device, which is better than running on a virtual device. If you want to run on a virtual device, then it's fine. You can also use Android Studio for that, but we are going to be using the physical device. Okay, and let me know about this physical device that you see right here, because I'm not sure if this will look clear to you. So now what we have here is, what you need to do is just install an app, just download an app called Expo from the Play Store. That's what you have to do. And if you're on an Apple device, then also you can just download the app from the App Store. Okay, now let's see what do the docs say. Now we are going to be using Expo, so you need to install the Expo CLI globally first. So let me just zoom in. So as you can see, assuming that, so you need Node.js installed, obviously, and you need Expo CLI. Now remember that you should have enough knowledge for React, and if you are familiar with React, then it will be very easy for you to catch up React Native. Okay, so, and this is a beginner project, so don't worry about that. Now we are going now you have to install it using npm, or you can also use yarn if you want. You can just copy this and then open up your terminal, just paste that in. Okay, so you can just paste that in and install it globally. So once you do that, okay, once you install Expo CLI globally, you can just run expo init awesome project, or whatever is your name. Okay, let's go to yarn. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cd into some of my directories. So I'm going to say React. Now I am inside of my desired directory, and what you can do is, you can just go to that directory wherever you want to go, and once you copy this expo init and awesome project, let's just paste that in here. And it says no, I don't want to paste that. So the problem is simple. We can just type that in expo init, and then we can name our project. So I'm going to name it cricket score counter. Now it's an Android app, so I'm naming it like this, cricket score counter. You can name it with whatever style you want. Okay, and let's just hit enter now. So that is gonna ask you some questions now. Yeah, this is gonna ask you one question. So what template you want to use, blank or blank with TypeScript, and tabs means it's gonna also add routing. We are not gonna be messing up with routing, or we are not going to use TypeScript as well, so we can just use blank. Hit enter, and that is going to generate a new project called cricket score counter in your desired directory using Expo, and that will be quick. I think that will not take so long. But the thing with Expo is that when you use it, it's easy, right? And the file structure is also pretty easy. A beginner can easily jump on it. But when it comes to generating an APK, that's when Expo is kind of problematic, because this app that I built, right, this app's APK was about more than 50 megabytes. So what you have is Expo is going to generate a large APK file size for Android, and maybe the same case is for iOS, because the full Expo framework is being loaded inside of your app, which acquires a lot of space. Even though it's a simple app, it's just a cricket score counter app. Now our project is ready. It did not take a lot of time. Now what you can do is cd into cricket score counter. So let's just cd into cricket score counter, and right now I'm going to open up my code editor, so code dot, and what you can see here is Visual Studio Code. So this is the file structure. If you are not familiar with Expo, just take a look at it. It's very simple. You have the node modules folder that we're not going to touch. You have the assets folder where some of the images live that we're going to touch later on for the fonts, and you have the Expo shared folder, which is also what we are not going to touch. Okay, so let's just minimize that. You have the Bevel config, you have the app.json, maybe we'll change something inside of this. You have yarn log, and our favorite app.js file is also here. Now in here we have some stuff that we want to take a look at, but wait a second, my phone just got off. Now once you have Expo installed, now let's just try to run it. Now let's just try to run our app. So what I'm gonna do is, as it says, you can just run yarn start. Okay, so I can just say yarn start, or you can just say npm start as well. So that is going to start an Expo DevTools at this address, localhost 19002. So I can just bring that away, and that will generate a QR code on your screen right here. Okay, as you can see, it did that. So what you need to do is pretty simply, you can just go ahead and open up Expo. Now make sure you have internet connection right over here. Okay, you need to have internet connection, and what you can do is very simply, you can just click the scan QR code button, and you can just scan the QR code, whatever is given here. Okay, you can just scan that, and your app is going to start up on this Android phone or whatever Android phone you're using. So this is just a starter project. Okay, this is what you're seeing. This is the splash screen right now. It says downloading JavaScript bundle down there. So now as you can see, it shows some text, and the text it is showing right now is open up app.js to start working on your app. Very simple, right? So let's just start working on it. I'm just going to do some cleanup, and that's first of all, I'm just going to remove the status bar because I don't actually need it. So just do that. And we don't have CSS inside React Native, so what you have to do is just put style, and then you create a style sheet down there. Okay, so you create a style sheet down here using this syntax. So it creates a style sheet which you can use then. Okay, so you can just do this. So this is the way how everything works, and if you want to do inline styles, then you just do this. Okay, and then put your styles in there, but it's not similar to CSS. As you can see, we use flex one, but we don't say it's display flex. That's one of the differences. Now we are not going to get into those differences. We are just going to set our app up now. Okay, so now what I want to do is, once we did that, I want to install one more package. So that package is actually, let me just open up this right over here, and then I can just say yarn add, and that package is expo slash vector dash icons. Okay, so this is what I have to add, and it's because I want to add this because I want some icons, some cool looking icons. Okay, so this is the package you can install via npm or via yarn, you want as you want. Okay, so as you can see, once it's done, what I can do is I can use an icon. Now I can just import something from at expo vector icons. Okay, and now what I can import is, so you have these many things, so I can just import a simple component. Let me just say font awesome. Okay, or let's just use feather. Okay, we can use anything. So I'm just gonna go inside of my browser and I'm gonna search for feather icons, and I'm just gonna use a simple one. So let's use a simple one right now, this one, activity. So this, the name is activity, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let me just minimize this, and what we have is text, open up app.js. So let's just replace this thing with that component. So we need to say feather, and just it's self-closing one, and you can enter the name that we saw, and also we have the autocomplete, which is awesome. Activity, and if I take a look at the app, you'll see I get something that's pretty less, but if you want to see it, I can just add a style prop quickly. I can just say this is going to be font size, and I'm going to give it a font size of 50. Hit save, and you'll see that it's gonna refresh, and it should, oh wait, actually we don't need to give the font size to text. Also, we don't even need text. I can just add the size prop here. So right here in this size, what you can do is specify the size here. Let's say if 50 works and 50 doesn't work, it gave us an error because hopefully this is a string, and that's why it gave us the error. So let's just use this size 50. So I restarted the app, and that's what it was showing right now, that I mean, just when I restarted the app, it worked. And what I can do is I can just specify 100 if I want, and that increases to 100. So that's how we use icons, and that's how we set up icons. Okay, and I think that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like it. We are going to build that app very soon, and stay tuned for that. Hit subscribe, and finally, thanks for watching.